Hello, my name is Lizzie, and this is Lizzie's Literary Life, and today we are doing Jokes on Me, Lizzie's version, episode 7. So, Jokes on Me, you may have seen episodes 1 through 6 over the last 2 years. I just finished episode 6, which was took me a really long time because it included War and Peace, and I lost a bunch of footage, and it was devastating, and it is what it is. If you haven't seen that one, I will link it. I'll actually link the playlist, the jokes playlist, up here, so you can take a look. But this is episode 7. I'm actually recording all of this sit-down talkie footage after the fact, but I can tell you, in the moment when I did my flips, I was so hoping this would be the last episode of the round. So, let's just roll the flips.
Hello. Jokes episode 7 flips at long last. As you can see, I'm using a Cheerio as my game piece. I am here on Oldest Pub, and my goal is to get back to this space, the sequel space. So unless something goes terribly wrong, this should be the last episode of the round, but you never know. I'm nervous because I really want this to be the last episode of the round. I'm sure I told you in the intro, I've been working on this for over 2 years. So, yeah. First flip. And it's the last episode of the round. Bingo! That's a 7. That brings me here to lowest rated, which is not a great prompt. But you know what? I kind of don't even want to do 3 flips. I don't remember what Bailey does at the end of the round, whether she still does 3 flips or not. I might just have this be a single book reading vlog for lowest rated. Yeah, let's go for it. Lowest rated. That's going to be the lowest rated book on my shelf. And that's the only book in this vlog. Beautiful. Thank you, 7. I appreciate you.
So, it was, thankfully, the last episode of the round. Thank goodness. Though I was wrong that it was going to be a 1-book vlog. This is actually going to be a 2-book vlog because the way the game is played, according to Bailey from Ms. Bailey Reading, who created the game, is that each episode has 3 flips unless you finish the round, and 1 my choice pick. So I do have a my choice pick that I will also be reading in this vlog, or also read in this vlog. The lowest rated book on my Goodreads or on my TBR, this was the lowest rated book that I owned. I think it was actually the lowest. It may have been bottom 3, but I'm pretty sure it was the lowest rated book I owned. Is this one. It is Hex by Rebecca Dinerstein Knight, which I actually hauled in episode 6. So reading it, I mean, it was a long time ago now because episode 6 took me so long, but reading it relatively quickly. So I read this and I will review it in a moment. And my choice pick for this vlog, which I also have already read, is The Bees by Laylene Paul. So 2 books this vlog, and we're gonna jump right into the reviews. So first up, we have Hex. This was my lowest rated book on Goodreads that I owned. And yeah, I didn't like it either. I did not like it either. It was weird, but not in a way that I felt had any substance or purpose. I do like weird books, but this just didn't do it for me. I ended up giving it 2.5 stars, mostly because I thought the writing was really beautiful in places, but there was basically no plot and also not really any themes. There were themes, but I didn't really feel like the plot didn't stand out, the characters didn't stand out, and the themes didn't stand out. And you really need at least one of those in order to make a good book. I did read it all in one day, most of it in one sitting. It's very short. It's kind of like little vignettes. Each little chapter is just like 1 or 2 pages long. Sorry, Pumpkin ran by and shook the camera, but there's little vignettes, and I can't tell you what it's about because it's about nothing. At the beginning, we are introduced to our main character, Nell, who has been expelled from her PhD program because someone else in the program died. Basically, like, she works on, like, poisons, and someone else in the program poisoned herself by accident while doing research. So the whole program, the whole, like, thing is shut down. And so she's, like, out of a job, out of a school. And she's writing this as sort of a letter, or letters, kind of, but they're not addressed like letters, but they are, it is second person. She's writing it to this professor named Joan. Where does it go from there? Nowhere. Like, it truly goes nowhere. There is not a single thing that happens in this book. And I didn't like it. I didn't really like it. But the writing was good. And I didn't hate it. I didn't hate the experience, I mean. It just, like, really was nothing to me. So 2.5 stars there. And then my choice book was The Bees by Lillian Paul, which I picked. I didn't pick a my choice book at the beginning of this. I did this whole episode sort of weirdly out of order. And so when I went to do film and do these reviews, I was like, what book have I finished recently that's not for another project? And this is it, The Bees. But I actually started this book in September, and I ended up having to put it on hold for a while because I had other stuff going on reading-wise, and I just finished it in late December a couple days ago. So that break really affected my enjoyment because I was just taken so out of the story for 2 months and then came back to it. And I think I would have liked it a lot more had I not done that. But I did still like it. I ended up giving it 3 stars. This is it's about bees. It's from the perspective of a bee named Flora 717. And it's sort of a mystery, kind of thrillery sort of book, but it's like very bee. This is the same author that wrote Pod, which is from the perspective of a dolphin. And I liked Pod a lot better. But I can't really describe why. I just was like not really in it, but how much of that was because of the way I read it in sections, like so fragmented, and how much of it was like actually the book's fault, I don't know. But I do recommend it, even if you didn't like Pod. I think you could like this one. I know Martine from Just Martine liked this one a lot, but didn't like Pod, and that's fair. But yeah, it's a book. I read it, 3 stars. Sorry, I don't have more to say. And this is a very short video, but that did finish out the round of Jokes on Me that I started in 2023. So let's talk stats for the round as a whole. So this round of Jokes on Me began on November 2nd, 2023. That is when I started reading the first book for this video. This video series for the jokes series. And it finished on I finished the last one on December 26th, 2025. So it took about 25 months, 2 years, 25 and a half months. So over 2 years, which is crazy. Partially it's because I was not focusing on it. Like, I was not doing each episode back to back to back to back. And also because I ended up having to read War and Peace, and that's just the situation. It was 7 episodes and 19 flips. So 19 card flips for this episode, and I read 29 books, if I counted correctly. I think I read 29 books in these jokes vlogs. It was definitely a great experience. Again, thank you, Bailey, for letting me play your game. And we are going to be starting season 2 of Jokes. Actually, I'm going to reveal the board for season 2 of Jokes. I'm going to grab it and be right back. So I have enjoyed playing Jokes on Me so much the last couple years that in 2026, I really wanted to make another season or round of jokes really a focus for me. So I'm calling it season 2 because I'm using a new board that Ruby actually designed for me. She did my own color scheme, and it's my own prompt on here based on the goals that I have for 2026 about reading my own books, reading my 30 by 30 list, and other sequels, other goals that I have. All the prompts are based on those. And I'm going to show you the board. We're getting started very soon. Should be in January, the first video should go up. So here she is, my lovely pink jokes board for season 2. I am so excited. There's a lot of prompts, like I said, about my owned books, a lot of prompts, 30 by 30 prompts. I have book club prompts, friend faves prompts, and lots of prompts about sequels. So yeah, I'm really excited to get started on this. I kind of have already started, but I'm excited for you to see the first episode of season 2. And yeah, that's what I have to say in this video. If you have been here for the whole Jokes on Me journey that I have taken on this channel, thank you. I love you and I appreciate you. And I'm so excited for this next chapter and new season of jokes. Comment down below something. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one coming very soon. Bye!